If you like movies about older dudes eating really good food, doing impressions, and singing along to Alanis Morissette, then you'll probably enjoy this film. So, The Trip to Italy, starring Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon. It is the sequel to the 2010 film The Trip, starring the same two men. This movie has them yet again dining at very fine restaurants and writing about their experiences, but this time it takes place in Italy, obviously. And it's basically what I said in the intro. They eat amazing, what looks to be amazing, delicious food. And they do impressions at each other and discuss things from the philosophical to the ridiculous. And they also sing along and listen to Alanis Morissette. What more could you want? That is essentially the movie. And it's still good and enjoyable. And it is a mockumentary, basically. And a lot of people might not really see it as substantial or a movie that really goes anywhere. And I guess I can see their point, but I still found it really fun and entertaining, and mostly because of its realism. Because I like stuff like that. I really like Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon together. In this movie, it feels a little less competitive than it did in The Trip. I mean, it still has that vibe. But they do have some really funny moments where they kind of work together in their comedic dialogue. So they're not completely fighting each other in this one. And I think it just makes it more enjoyable because you don't want to see two people competing the entire time. You want to see some camaraderie. And you do see it in this movie. But you still see a lot of competition. But it melds together and it works out fine. And also, Steve Coogan's character is much more likable in this one than in the first one. And then it's kind of Rob Brydon's character that, changes a bit. And he's actually more like how Steve Coogan was in the first one, which is weird. But if you saw the first one, it makes sense. But I did like seeing a different side to Steve Coogan because you see his character, his son comes to join them towards the end of their trip. And you just see kind of a more caring side of him. And again, it was just nice. So you didn't really see too much of that in the first one, I think. But again, it's like he and Rob have switched roles because then you see a more different side of Rob. In the first one, he was much more about his family. But in this one, he's, kind of breaks away from that. It's different. But I like that too. I thought it was a good change, and it made it more interesting in terms of their characters. So I'm going to give The Trip to Italy a nice. It's probably not for everyone, but if you go in knowing that it's basically two guys eating food and discussing stuff, you should like it. So what did you guys think of the movie? Did you like it more than the first one? Would you like to see those two actors do more stuff together? Any thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Okay guys, that's it for me. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you soon. Toodles!